The term religious, drunkenness in the context of local pop culture. Animation usually refers to a phenomenon where a work is deemed to impose a religious message too rigidly, pay insufficient attention to the aesthetics, logic of the story, or even contain a narrative deemed exclusive and intolerant. This phenomenon has been widely discussed by netizens and film observers in Indonesia, especially during the Hijrah migration trend of the past few years. Here are some Indonesian animated films or series that have frequently been discussed or drawn criticism regarding this. Unusa YouTube series and film. Although the animation quality by Visinema and The Little Giants is recognized as excellent and has won numerous awards, Nusa has not been without controversy. Reason for criticism. When it first appeared on YouTube, the series was criticized by some groups, including social media activists, for what was perceived as an overly rigid or Arabized Islamic narrative through the way its characters dress, such as the robes and niqabs of the supporting characters. The other side, the production team emphasized that their focus was on general moral values and everyday manners for children. This controversy subsided when the feature film was released in 2021, which proved to be a more universal and emotional family story. Dois, Hiku di series prodid garis 10 Aundismo, Eri Untung, and others. This animation combines science with verses from the Quran. Reason for criticism. Some viewers found the format too preachy, instead of allowing children to explore science organically. Every natural phenomenon was immediately locked into doctrinal religious interpretations, making it less appealing as entertainment for some. 3. Siamiwi Dodo. This generation of local religious animations 2000s. Initially released on VCD, before eventually airing on television. Reason for criticism. This animation uses a classic formula: one smart, pious character Syamal and one naughty, stupid character for comedy Dodo. Criticism lies in how Dodo is often judged one-sidedly or given extreme fear about sin and hell in order to provide religious lessons to children, which is considered less child psychologically friendly. 4. Ibra tells the story, produced by Manara Studios, focuses on introducing children to the Sirah Nabawiyah, the life story of the Prophet Muhammad, and Islamic values through the life of its main character, Ibra. The series features voice actors from renowned actors such as Dwi Sasono and Surya Saputra. Reasons for criticism. Discussion. Similar to Nusa, in its early days, or Rico the series, Ibra Berkasa is often categorized by netizens as part of the post-Hijrah trend of animation, which is considered to overly force Dwi elements into every aspect. Somi viewers criticized the story's formula, which seemed forced to connect in almost every episode. The children's everyday conflicts, even trivial matters like missing Islamic boarding schools, gadget problems, and even trendy terms like self-healing or ghosting are always resolved by listening to stories about the history of the prophets from older characters like Toka Boss or Datuk Zaidel. For the casual viewer, this storytelling pattern, which always aligns with historical evidence, feels repetitive, stiff, and lacks narrative organicity. Other sides. Visually and aesthetically, the production quality is quite intentional and neat for a local studio. Regarding its target market, for parents seeking children's entertainment with pure and specific religious education, teaching the history of the prophets from an early age. This series is considered successful in meeting that need without the need for an extreme or radical narrative. Criticism of these animations is generally not based on the religious content itself, but rather on their narrative execution. Good animation typically employs the show-don't-tell method, showing through action, while works deemed religiously intoxicated tend to tell-don't-show, presenting preachers disguised as cartoon characters, which can be tiring for some viewers.